Okay, good afternoon. I want to first thank Daegu Art Factory for inviting me to participate in the show and also in the seminar. Excuse my sitting. I'm quite ill today, so I can't really stand up. Okay. 12 minutes is not a really long time to present one's work, but I will do my best, I guess. When I was approached with this seminar, I was preparing the images, and I was also moving, so I was kind of like going through the old slides, etc. And I stumbled upon this old painting. This actually is one of my very first artwork created ever, I guess. This is a painting that I did when I was 19 years old as a fresh undergrad at UCLA. And I thought this painting actually conceptually explains my work quite well. So I thought kind of as so I wanted to show it to you. So as you can see, it's a good-sized oil painting titled Two Spheres Floating in Space. And literally there are two balls floating in space. One is the Earth, and the other is a tennis ball. And I wanted to show this image as the first image because my works always deal with this notion of kind of the sublime in nature. And the reason why I painted this at that time was I was marveling at the fact that we literally live on a ball. I don't know whether you guys think about that a lot, but I kind of tend to do that. So I wanted to kind of think about it in a visceral way. So thinking about a tennis ball, which is a very kind of approachable object, and juxtaposing that with the Earth. Okay. So let's get started, I guess. And I mainly work in the medium of, I work in various mediums, and I am a type of artist who doesn't just do one type of medium, I guess. It's not, I'm more conceptually based, I think, and medium specificity is not something that I really hold on dearly to. This work is titled Weapons of Mass Destruction. It was created in 2006. It's a lightbox construction with robotic mechanical butterflies. And it's a color-coded map of the world based on possessions of weapons of mass destruction. This was, of course, going on along with the war in Iraq post 9/11, and the colors, you can't see it too well in the slide, but the countries that possess nuclear power or nuclear weapons are represented by the butterflies, and the weapons are divided into 4 categories: nuclear, biological, chemical, and projectile missiles. So as of today, I guess there needs to be one more butterfly in North Korea, but that's what the piece is about. But I also need to say that after this piece, my works take on a more of a holistic approach, I would say. Like, this is still, although it's visually kind of very butterflies and pretty pastel colors, it's quite cynical, or, I mean, obviously very critical in its basis. But from this point on, my work started taking more of a holistic approach. This is just a still image from a single channel video called White Light. I have prepared like a very short clips, collection of clips of some videos. If I have time, I'll show that to you at the end. This piece is called, the whole title is actually called Tensegrity and Kingdoms, Hymn for World Peace. Right. But this piece is based on Buckminster Fuller's Dymaxon map. I don't know whether you guys are familiar with that, but Buckminster Fuller is actually one of my heroes, and he developed a system of a world map where it's two-dimensional, so there is no north, south, east, or west. Everything is kind of equal, in an equilibrium, so it's kind of symbolizing this kind of idealistic state. Obviously, Buckminster Fuller was an idealist, and I consider myself as one as well. So this piece actually depicts the world as kind of an ecosystem / organism, and it has different mechanized or programmed parts that act like different organs of an organism. So as the plants actually grow and cover the structure, the whole installation becomes kind of an ecosystem. This is a similar concept, but different kind of manifestation. This piece is called The Enlightenment Cave, and it's it's an installation with a kind of a water fountain, but this piece was created after I came to Korea, and I was really kind of taken back by these caves that they have where people used to meditate inside. So there are little like holes, and people like meditate there for years, and I wanted to make a piece about that. So inside the little cave or hole, there is like a torso figure in a meditative position made out of flower petals. This piece is called Auspices Over the Basin. It's a single channel video installation using the mechanics of a kaleidoscope. The inside are lined with mirrors with LCD installed in the back that creates the kind of kaleidoscopic image that you're seeing here. And the viewers get to listen to, they have headsets, they can listen to the audio as well. Most of my work also includes audio components of usually music that I compose myself, or other times that is appropriated. This is another view of the same piece, so you kind of get a better depth perception of the piece. This is a shot of kind of a video performance, which was consisted of a dancer, projected kind of a video, and a dancer wearing different kind of a decorative, organic, digital assemblage, I guess. That's how it is. And I think I'm very interested in combining the technological with the organic. So that's, and this is a still image of a single channel video called Voyage to a Strange World. This piece is, how how should I explain this one? It's kind of an interactive, kinetic sculpture installation. It's which is in the shape of like an old tree with mechanical butterflies and LED flowers. Once again, kind of combining the organic and the digital or technological again. And there's a pool, like a like water pool inside the tree as well, because the water or flowing like pool or fountain is a recurring image in my work. This is a close-up of the piece, and the butterflies are mechanical, so they flap their wings. This is same detail with the light off. This piece was called Out in the Universe, and it was specifically created for a space where all 4 walls of the exhibition space is glass. So I wanted to create a piece that deals with kind of doing away or breaking down the exhibition wall space. So the reflections of the outside world is reflected onto the surface of the work and is reflected backwards. So there is this kind of outside coming in, inside going out kind of thing. But it was also created with the image of like a starry night sky in mind. So I think I have detailed shots. There are LEDs installed inside of the polygonal structures as well. So it creates this kind of infinity space, like like the universe or outer space is infinite to us, at least. And there's also video projected onto the work itself. So as you could probably see, the images kind of get reflected onto the outside the exhibition space. And lastly, this is another single channel excuse me, video piece called Incanted Elucidation, 3 boys. And lastly, this piece was exhibited here in the first part of the exhibition. What's opening today is the second part of the exhibition. But yes, I participated in the first part, and it's called Enraptured Potential. And it's a pretty good size installation, I guess, and similar kind of similar motifs appear in the piece, with kind of a big tree structure with this polygonal mirror structure embedded, which is also a fountain. And it has video projections onto it, which reflects the image outwards as well. Just detail shots. That's the fountain component. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.
동영상이 있으신가요, 선생님? 따로 받아야 되는 그런 기술적인 문제 때문에 이따가 그 Q&A 전체 Q&A 할 때 틀어놓도록 하겠습니다. 선생님 PT를 보면서 그 예술가의 관찰력이라는 것이 굉장히 중요하겠다. 그러니까 어떤 대상을 관찰하거나 어떤 대상의 속성을 관찰한 다음에 그것을 전혀 생각하지 못하는 그런 거와 병치시키면서 거기서 나오는 그런 또 그 현상들이 있거든요. 그런 것들이 잘 활용하시고 계십니다. 그 두 번째 작가 선생님 김안나 선생님의 크리틱은 중앙일보 문소영 부장님께서 해주시겠습니다.
지금 이제 작품을 잘 보았습니다. 제가 받은 인상을 이제 말씀드리면 일단 작가님의 작가 노트도 읽어봤어요. 그래서 어떤 그 자연의 무한함에 대한 어떤 시적 직관에 대해서 말씀을 하셨는데 과연 작품들을 보니까 그런 것들을 느낄 수 있었고요. 저는 뭐가 떠올랐냐 하면은 그 19세기 말에서 20세기 초에 이르던 시점에 많은 미술가들이 신지학, 그 시아소피라고 하는 그 신지학에 많이 심취를 했었죠. 그러니까 어떤 자연, 거대한 자연에 대해서 어떤 직관을 통해서 그 자연의 진리에 근접하고자 하는 그런 것들에서 많은 영감을 받아서 몬드리안, 칸딘스키, 지금 전시를 하고 있는 서울에서 전시하고 있는 프란티셰 쿠프카라든지 그런 작가들이 이제 많은 영향을 받아서 훌륭한 작품들이 나왔는데 어떤 그런 것과 약간 일맥상통하는 경향이 물론 작품의 스타일은 전혀 다르지만 어떤 그 작가의 영감의 그 원천에 있어서 그런 것이 좀 있지 않나 싶었습니다. 그리고 제가 이 작품의 이제 특징으로 느꼈던 거는 일단 어떤 자연을 대할 때 이제 작가마다 대하는 게 굉장히 각각인데 어떤 사람들은 이제 그 거대함을 이제 표현하고 계신데 거대함을 표현할 때 어떤 좀 그 압도에서 오는 심지어 좀 공포감이나 그런 걸 표현하는 작가들도 있고요. 또는 이렇게 어떤 그거와 대비되는 인간의 굉장히 유한함 그런 거에서 오는 어떤 슬픔 같은 걸 표현하는 작가들도 있는데 김안나 작가님의 경우에는 제가 보기에는 그런 쪽은 거의 없고 굉장히 환희가 많이 느껴졌습니다. 어떤 환희의 느낌을 많이 받았고 경외감과 환희의 느낌을 받았고 그것이 이제 나중에 보여주신 작품들에서 어떤 빛으로 그것이 많이 나타나고 있는 것 같습니다. 그래서 빛을 활용하고 계신 게 그 거울이나 어떤 LED 그런 것들을 통해서 빛을 나타내고 있는 게 그런 환희의 느낌을 많이 보여주시는 것 같고요. 그래서 이제 이거에 관련해서 좀 작가님께 질문을 드리고 싶습니다. 작가님이 이제 자신의 전반적인 작품의 태도에 대해서 오르게닉 옵티미즘이라는 그런 표현을 쓰셨는데 방금 제가 이제 본 측면을 봐도 어떤 자연을 대하는 자세나 그런 걸 봐도 또 기쁨이 많고 굉장히 옵티미스틱한 측면이 굉장히 많은 것 같은데 그리고 또 테크놀로지와 올가닉한 걸 이제 같이 결합하는 걸 추구한다고 하셨단 말이에요. 그러면 되게 테크놀로지에 대해서는 비관적으로 보는 작가들도 많은데 그렇다면 테크놀로지에서도 굉장히 옵티미스틱하게 보고 계신 건지 그리고 어떤 이런 이렇게 사실 지금 요새 그 북한 사태를 봐도 별로 옵티미스틱하기 힘든 일들이 많이 벌어지고 있는데 어떻게 옵티미스틱할 수 있는 건지 그걸 좀 말씀해 주셨으면 합니다.
죄송합니다. 질문은 알아들었는데 대답은 영어로 하겠습니다. So I think the issue of optimism is something that is readily questioned today because, and especially in its relationship to technology. What I believe about technology is that the method of production that we currently practice, I do believe that in a practical sense, in a sensible sense, cannot be continued. What I mean by that is the excess quality of technology is not sustainable. We all know that, whether we realize or whether we like it or not, it's not sustainable. So I think there needs to be a great kind of paradigm shift in how we even think about technology or science or production. So on that level, I think the possibility for a paradigm shift, I consider very optimistic. I don't know if that answers your question.
네, 그러면은 작가님 자신이 어떤 그 패러다임 시프트를 위해서 그러면 지금 작품을 하고 있다고 생각하시는 건지, 그게 어떤 하나의 작품을 하는 목표 중에 하나인지 그게 궁금합니다.
Yes, of course, it's a struggle for me as well, and to be honest, there is this kind of internal struggle of production versus kind of just kind of absolute refusal for production as well. But I think, yes, theoretically, it is something that I'm developing as well as the practice and aspect of it. So it is something that, yes, I would say, whether it's kind of a political or conceptual stance that I take, yes, that is something that I work towards.
네, 그리고 보면 이 작가님의 이제 특징 중에 하나가, 그러니까 굉장히 이 어떤 자연에 대한 직관에서 비롯된 어떤 그런 것들에선 굉장히 일관성 있게 작품을 볼 때도 제가 느꼈듯이 굉장히 어떤 일관성이 있는데, 그러면서 장르는 굉장히 다양하게 사용하신, 맨 처음에는 이제 아직 학생일 때였지만 그때는 이제 페인팅이었다가 그 뒤에는 이제 인스톨레이션, 비디오 해서 굉장히 다양한 그 장르와 매체를 사용하고 있는데요. 그러면 이런 거를 이렇게 여러 가지를 섞어서 사용하는 건 다 그러니까 컨셉에 가장 맞는 장르가 따로 있다고 생각을 하시기 때문인지, 그리고 또 그런 어떤 장르에 따라서 어떤 그 자신의 상상력이 굉장히 좀 다른 식으로 발전을 하게 되는지, 그러니까 그 처음에 생각했던 거랑 장르를 그 다음에 선택한 다음에 그 선택한 장르에 따라서 조금 더 다른 방향으로 발전을 하게 되는지 그게 궁금합니다.
Yes, I think you're exactly right. I think you described the process really well in that sense. I do believe that each genre has its advantages and disadvantages. So as an artist, when you get involved in a particular genre, the work does develop in a particular way to accentuate that medium as well. So I think what is the kind of infrastructure of the underground pinning, like driving mechanism for me is more of the kind of conceptual underpinning. But what gets manifested through these kind of different mediums and genres is kind of what I think is specific or specifically appropriate for that particular project, and my investigation or experimentation with that medium itself.
네, 그럼 마지막으로 궁금한 것은 뭐 이렇게 좀 새롭게 앞으로 또 더 적용을 하고 싶은 그 테크놀로지나 어쩜 좀 새롭게 추구하고 싶은 그 미디엄이 있다면 좀 말씀해 주시죠.
I actually am going back to school as of this year. I will be going for a PhD in the media studies at Gyeongbuk National University, and I do want to explore more of the kind of technical, or more specifically, I want to explore areas of augmented reality. I don't know how many people are familiar with that. It's kind of like a hot topic these days, but it's a little bit different from virtual reality. Augmented reality is a 증강현실, I think, in Korean. But that's something that I kind of look forward to experimenting with in the future.
감사합니다.